On June 29, 2012, 33-year-old American actress Katie Holmes files for divorce from 50-year-old American actor Tom Cruise. This would be her first divorce and the third for him. My name is Brandon Ogborn, and I wrote the following scenes based on rumor, gossip, hearsay, theory, fantasy, outright lies, and when appropriate, Wikipedia. Even though parts of this performance may be true, we are aware that, like all good stories, the truth lies in dreams. And we're also aware that no one on this stage looks fuck all like anyone we are. This is American actress Katie Holmes.
I was born in Toledo, Ohio. My family is strong, Catholic. A strong Catholic family from Ohio. I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, 4.0 student. I did a bunch of musicals. Hello, Dolly. I got the bug. My dad, Martin Joseph Holmes, is a lawyer from the old school.
Katie was my favorite. I have 5 children. She is, my princess. Okay, we were never rich, never had that much, I guess, so when Katie wanted to go into acting, 15? You could not talk her out of it. I wanted her to be a doctor. So, okay. Her mom and her went out to audition. Oh, well, okay, but they call it pilot season, okay? They went out to Los Angeles, in California, to try to get Katie into a show. My wife, Kathleen...
Well, before that, we took her to the modeling school in Toledo, and then Margaret O'Brien took her to the IMTA.
Margaret O'Brien, model school owner in Toledo.
So I took Katie to the International Modeling and Talent Association competition. It's in New York, obviously. You see, I knew Katie had something, but something more than just talent or looks. She just represented something. You know when you look at someone and they just tell you a story, but not just the story of them or the story of the script, but the stories from your own life? It was like that.
Oh. Katie did a monologue from To Kill a Mockingbird. She was scout.
And then they went to LA for pilot season.
She got the agent in New York from the monologue, and they sent a tape to the casting directors for the Ice Storm with Kevin Kline. And she got the part. That was 1997, and then we went for pilot season.
I don't know if this would have changed anything, but I turned down the lead role in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It was too dark. Also, it conflicted with her schedule at school.
Yeah, well, I was still in high school in Toledo.
That's why I love this girl. Get this, right? There's this show that makes her. Dawson's Creek. You know the show. New show, new pilot, but a big, big part. Now they want her to fly back out to LA to audition. She says, no, I'll send you a tape, because I'm in a musical at school.
We already sold a bunch of tickets to damn Yankees. I couldn't let them down. So my mom and I filmed it.
So we taped it. She read for the part of Joey Potter, Dawson's best friend, and I read off camera for Dawson. We had one of those VHS camera tapes, and we sent it to them Federal Express.
I said, that's Joey Potter!
Executive producer of Dawson's Creek, Paul Stupid.
And I sent hundreds, maybe thousands of tapes, right? I turned to Kevin and said, she is the one.
Paul called me in and I saw the tape.
Creator and executive producer of Dawson's Creek and the Scream franchise, Kevin Williamson.
Katie just had that unique combination of talent, beauty, and skill that makes Hollywood come calling. But that is just the beginning. To meet her is to instantly fall under her spell.
She was Joey!
Oh, she had those eyes. Those eyes stained with loneliness.
A lead actress auditioning via FedEx, it became the stuff of legend. Yeah, but that was Katie.
I got the part. We filmed the pilot in North Carolina.
Oh, and the press loved her.
She is a confident young performer that delivers her lines with a slyness and conviction.
She's the kind of girl you want to bring home to your parents and marry.
The smart girl next door as opposed to the big or Emma Blonde.
The Audrey Hepburn of her generation.
Impossibly lovely.
Next up for idolhood.
The most coquettishly sexy woman on television anywhere.
I'm a lot like Joey.
How so?
I think they saw that I come from a small town. I was a tomboy. Joey tries to be articulate and deny that she doesn't have a lot of experience in life.
17 magazine, TV Guide, Rolling Stone, cover of them all. I mean, anytime you mention Dawson's Creek, teenage girls would shriek. Katie was huge. She was the grand marshal of the Thanksgiving Day Parade in Toledo.
That's weird.
My dad didn't want me to do it.
Dawson's Creek ran from 1998 to 2003. Katie Holmes was the only actor to appear in all 128 episodes.
So, what about the movies? Your film career now that Dawson's Creek is over. Not so hot.
Yeah, I know.
Teaching Mrs. Tingle, disturbing behavior, Go. You had an uncredited cameo with your boyfriend Joshua Jackson in Muppets from Space.
Yeah, sorry about that one.
The Gift, The Singing Detective.
It was very difficult for me to leave Wilmington, to have my little glass bubble burst and move on. I hate change.
Abandoned, First Daughter, Pieces of April.
That one actually got good reviews.
So, how would you describe your movie career now?
A series of bombs, I guess. Usually I'm not even in the top 10. It's not like I have a lot of stuff that's great just waiting for me to sign on.
Meanwhile, Tom Cruise had blindsided Nicole Kidman with divorce and was dating Spanish actress Penelope Cruz, who co-starred with Tom in Vanilla Sky.
I'm breaking up with you, Tom.
And I was going to ask you to marry me.
No way, Jose. We have the same last name.
I never noticed that.
Tom Cruise had always had bad luck with women.
I've always had bad luck with women.
American actor Tom Cruise.
I don't know what it is. Maybe because I switched schools so much. 15 in 12 years. But I was always the runt. Getting bullied and beat up. And my dad was a horrible, violent man who attacked me and my mom. He was a bully and a coward. He was the kind of guy where if something goes wrong, they kick you. It was a great lesson in my life where he'd lull you in, make you feel safe, and then BANG!
But he's always had bad luck with women.
I've always had bad luck with women.
Tom Cruise was first introduced to Scientology in the 1980s at age 25 by his first wife, Mimi Rogers. It's been said that Tom Cruise became hooked after his very first auditing session.
What is your relationship with your father?
Deceased.
What is your worst fear?
I have this dream. It's the end of the world and I'm lost in the desert.
Lost in the desert?
Yeah. It's dark and this storm's coming in. And all these refugees, all these people, they keep screaming my name. You know, Tom, Tom. But I can't help them. I become like this robot just waving out as everything dies.
Do you often fantasize crude sexual thoughts?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
In addition to juggling one of the most successful movie careers in cinematic history, Tom Cruise has been plagued by rumors of homosexuality.
I would like to rescind my claim.
Former erotic wrestler and noted Britney Spears fan, Chad Slater.
I did not, as I reported in an interview to a French magazine in 2001, have an affair with Tom Cruise that led to his breakup with Nicole Kidman, Your Honor.
Chad Slater's attorney from the Ibsen and Eisenberg law firm.
Mr. Cruz was very, very pleased with the judgment against my client. I mean, it was $10 million.
We reached a default judgment and the money was awarded to charity.
Burt Fields, attorney to Kevin Costner, Michael Jackson, John Travolta, and Tom Cruise.
My client is very protective of his reputation.
Also in 2001, Cruise sued Los Angeles-based publisher Michael Davis for $100 million after Davis of Bold magazine sent press releases to a dozen news outlets claiming to have a videotape of Tom Cruise engaged in homosexual acts.
He does it all. Cock sucking, ass licking, giving and receiving. Huh? Nasty, nasty stuff. Huh? With guys. Oh, it's not videotape will prove it. Let me just find in my office.
Davis never found the videotape and later retracted his claim, stating that Tom Cruise
Is not and never has been homosexual and has never had a homosexual affair.
If it's one thing I've learned, it's that Mr. Cruz is very concerned and very protective of his personal reputation.
Do you know how many calls I get daily from around the world? China. Look, he's not gay. Tom's an American hero. He's gorgeous. I think every gay guy sees Tom Cruise and thinks, boy, if he were gay, that'd be great. And I understand that. He's a delightful guy, a lovely person. If I were gay, I'd like it if he were gay. Being Jewish, I wish he was Jewish.
In March of 2004, Tom Cruise visited his best friend in the world, the head of the Church of Scientology, David Miscavige.
What's the password, Tom?
Star shooter.
Enter the realms. How's the auditing going?
It's good. We are going deep.
Good. What did you get out of your last session?
More dark stuff with my dad. He was an electrician, you know. One night after he got drunk and beat me, he looked around the basement at all his gear. He said, "It's all wires, Tom. We're all snipped wires."
And what's that mean to you?
I don't know.
Life's little mysteries. You know, Tom, I wish I could have been your father. I wish I could have raised you right. Gave you the love you needed on this interdimensional voyage through Earth space-time.
But if I got the love I needed, I wouldn't be here, right?
Well, that's Scientology for you. Speaking of which, Tom, you know those auditing sessions are expensive. Those little machines cost $1 trillion a piece.
Do you need some more money?
What do you have on you? I'm just kidding, Tom. You should make a donation.
Of course I will.
And I want you to think about something that L. Ron Hubbard said before he dropped his body. Living is a pretty grim joke, but a joke just the same.
Hey, when can I see L. Ron Hubbard's secret papers?
When you get the Freedom Medal of Valor, Tom, look, we've been over this. I wish we could both just get rid of these pesky body things and just reach clear right now. But nothing's free. So how's it going with Penelope?
She dumped me.
I know, I had you followed. And you're wearing a wire head behind
God damn it. I have the worst luck with girls. I wish they could just love me for who I am.
you. I know what you mean, basketball. What you just said resonates with my quantum structure. Let's forget all this heartache and go ride some motorcycles.
You're amazing, David! How about you? First one to the top wins! And if I could just find the right girl, I'd be happy.
Would you love me back?
What do you mean? Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You are funny, David.
So the right girl, huh?
That's all I need.
That's all we need.
So David Miscavige came up with a plan for his staff.
All right, fuckbags. Here's the plan. Hook Tom up with some hot Scientologist actresses. The fate of the church depends on you. You screw this up, I'm gonna beat you in front of other staffers. Gonna dump food on your head, and I'm gonna send you away to one of those camps where you're gonna have to chip rocks all day and shit outside.
That last line is from ex-Scientology message boards.
We went through a list of potential Scientologists for Tom Cruise.
No. 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 Wait, who is that?
Oh, it's Beck Hansen, sir.
Like 2 turntables and a microphone back?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know he was a Scientologist.
Oh, yeah, since like forever, you know, both his parents were.
Huh. No shit.
Yeah, you know, so is Dougie Fresh. Mr. Fresh.
None of this is working. We need to branch out. New plan. Step 1, make a list of hot actresses. Step 2, rank how fuckable they are. Step 3, set these girls up on fake movie auditions so we can get them on dates with Tom.
So we made another list. In order, Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, Jennifer Garner. Now this was after we tried for existing Scientologist actresses who had not had threesomes, which is a lot harder than you might think.
Jessica Alba never bought the whole fake audition thing.
This audition seems fake.
It was announced in the trades that Scarlett Johansson was cast as the female lead in Mission Impossible 3.
Cruise invited Johansson to a private meeting at the Scientology Center in Hollywood. After 2 hours of pushing his religion on her, he showed her to a secret room where top Scientologists were waiting to eat dinner with her.
I politely excused myself.
Johansson was no longer a hero, and she has yet to work with Tom Cruise.
Woody Allen is much more fun.
And then weird voicemails from Tom Cruise scared off actress Jennifer Garner.
Hey, Jennifer, do you know what freedom is? You idiots! How fucking hard is it to get an actress to go out with the hottest man in Hollywood?
That last line is also from ex-Scientology message.
Sir, look at this. So,
So,
how would you describe?
your movie career now?
A series of bombs, I guess. Usually I'm not even in the top 10. It's not like I have a lot of stuff that's great just waiting for me to sign on. I mean, you think anything's possible. When I was a little girl, I thought I was going to marry Tom Cruise.
Get me a phone.
Yes, sir.
In April 2005, I had just moved to New York. I went to the Broadway premiere of Steel Magnolias. My friend, Rebecca Gay Hart, was in it. Rebecca, awesome show.
Oh my God! Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Your career is really taking off. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. And how are things with you? How's your work?
Not so
Well,
hot.
how are things with Josh Hartnett?
I just broke up with him, and that was after breaking up with Chris Klein, after breaking up with Joshua Jackson. I just don't have luck with boys.
All right, you know what? We should go out tonight and have some fun. Oh, what about a threesome?
No thanks. I think I'll just stroll through Central Park and look for love.
Is this Katie Holmes' manager?
Yeah, this is John Carabino.
Get her to LA immediately.
Who is this? Katie has a very important orange juice commercial tomorrow.
This might be a little bit bigger.
Hey, John.
Under the impression that she is auditioning for a movie, Katie Holmes, number 5 on the list, gets on a plane, flies to Los Angeles to meet Tom Cruise for the very first time. Katie,
And you're Tom Cruise.
How are you?
Good. I just moved to New York.
I love New York.
Me too.
It's great, great city, greatest city in the world.
So, what's the movie? Everyone is being really secretive about it. They said you wanted to interview me first.
Movie. Oh, right. The movie. I love movies. Do you love movies, Katie?
I love movies.
How much?
A lot.
It doesn't sound like you like them very much. How much do you love movies?
A lot!
A lot, huh? You like them a lot?
I love movies!
You're awesome, Katie. I've admired you, and you're awesome.
Wow. Thank you. I'm a huge fan of yours. I mean, who isn't?
This is exciting. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I am passionate. All right, I'm passionate. Are you passionate?
I am passionate.
Katie Holmes then disappeared for 16 days.
Are you a pervert? No. Are you guilty of any major crimes in this lifetime?
No.
Are you or have you ever been a communist?
No.
Have you ever embezzled money?
No.
Have you ever been a drug addict?
No.
Have you been sent here to knowingly injure Scientology?
No.
No one knows exactly what happened over the 16 days that Katie Holmes did not appear in public. Her friends and family were unable to reach her.
Have you ever bombed anything?
No.
Katie, it's your dad. What's going on here? Are you depressed or something? But you can always come home. Ohio may be small, but dang it, they love you here.
Have you ever murdered anyone?
No.
Katie, it's Mommy. Is this about them cutting your scenes in the new Batman movie?
Have you ever raped anyone?
No.
Hi, Katie, it's Ted. My mom and dad are getting really worried.
Have you ever been involved in a baby farm?
No.
Hi, Katie, it's Holly. Mom and Dad are worried you might be a missing person.
Do you collect sexual objects?
No.
Katie, it's your brother Mark. I'm gonna file a missing persons report.
Do you have a secret you're afraid I'll find out?
No.
Hi, Katie, it's Nancy. Listen, I told Marty not to file a missing persons report because I'm like, we probably know she was dead if she was dead. And if she's not dead, it's just bad publicity. So whatever's going on, you just gotta call and let us know.
Have you ever had unkind thoughts about L. Ron Hubbard?
No.
Katie Holmes ceased communications with actress Rebecca Gayheart.
Katie, it's Rebecca Gayheart. I haven't seen you since Steel Magnolias. Are you still in New York?
Did you come to Earth for evil purposes?
No.
She cut off ties with Megan Burry, her childhood best friend from Toledo.
Katie, the manager guy called me this morning all freaking out. I've got 10 voicemails from your family, and you're not returning any of my calls.
Have you ever smothered a baby?
No.
Katie, really horny and I want to hook up while I'm in New York. Call me. Oh. This job's hardnet, by the way.
Have you ever enslaved a population?
No.
Hey, it's Joshua Jackson. Look, I'm still really heartbroken. Can you at least call me back? Oh yeah, I'm pretty horny too, by the way.
Have you ever destroyed a culture?
No.
Katie, this is Chris calling. I feel really bad about breaking off this engagement, so yeah, I'm gonna go play basketball and jack off if you want to guys.
Katie Holmes fired her longtime manager, John Carabino, who also handles Renee Zellweger.
Have you ever torn out someone's tongue?
No.
Hey, John Carabino, you're a fucking manager! Sorry. Okay, look, I really think we can work through this, raise your professional status, and that's what this whole thing is about. There's a new Queen Latifah project, Mad Money. It could be urban, but Diane Keaton's in it for what it's worth. Anyway, remember, big TV stars start off small in big movies, all right?
Are you upset by the security check?
No.
Holmes acquired a new best friend, Jessica Feshbach, the daughter of Joe Feshbach, a Palo Alto bond trader who's donated millions to the Church of Scientology.
Have you ever zapped anyone?
No.
Have you ever eaten a human body?
No.
Have you ever made a planet or nation radioactive?
No.
16 days after she was last seen in public, on April 29, 2005, Katie Holmes appears in Rome with Tom Cruise. Cruise was there to receive the David DiDonatello Award for Lifetime Achievement.
Thank you for this award, and yes, we are in love.
Both stars had major films coming out, War of the Worlds and Batman Begins, leading many to speculate that their new romance was a publicity stunt.
He's here!
I'm in love.
Okay, how did you two meet? I heard there was a meeting.
No.
Did you call her? I heard there was a meeting.
No, I...
before, even when you were just starting out. And this, I've never seen this before. Was there a meeting set up?
I admired her, and I thought I wanted to meet her, so I called her because I wanted to meet her. You see someone's work and you think what a special person she is. I meet with people, and I wanted to meet this woman, and I met her, and she's extraordinary.
Katie Holmes once told 17 Magazine that it was her dream to marry Tom Cruise. So you know, I've been in the dream-making business this past year. Are you in the dream-making business?
I don't want to disappoint her. I've spoken with her parents. She's an extraordinary woman, a very, very special woman. Her generosity, her life force, she has this spirit. She really cares about people and has a real joy about life, and the two of us together are just...
A force to reckon with.
I don't play games. I'm very straight about how I feel about things. I like intimacy, all right? When I'm into my woman, I want to know my woman.
You remember when you're first in love, and all you want to do is say that person's name? We have talked so much about her already. I know she's here. I know she's watching.
She is gonna run. She's gonna run. I told her, look, Katie, you never know what I'm gonna do, and that's the point.
Tom, come out.
Katie, 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 Katie.
I'm glad I was a big dreamer.
I love this woman.
The media referred to the segment as the couch jumping incident. Bloggers discussed the rash that appeared on Katie's lips and in later days migrated over her mouth.
It's fucking herpes from Tom's dick.
But serious entertainment journalists, however, discuss things from a business perspective.
Just months into tenure as chairman of Paramount,
New York Times business columnist Sharon Waxman.
Brad Gray is facing the sort of decision that makes Hollywood executives quiver whether to proceed with production of Mission Impossible 3, even as its star, Tom Cruise, is puzzling the public and associates with his behavior while promoting another Paramount venture, War of the Worlds.
Brad Gray here.
Brad, it's Sumner. You like your big new office?
Sumner Redstone, the chairman of Viacom, the parent company to Paramount Pictures.
Yeah, I'm not greenlighting the new Mission Impossible movie.
What? Why?
It's over budget.
We begin shooting in Italy in less than a month.
Yeah, well, your buddy Tom Cruise is acting like a dumbass on Oprah.
I think he's just in love.
You know, that's fine, but now he's fucking up press junkets for War of the Worlds.
How so?
Well, did you read the Der Spiegel interview?
No.
I had it stapled to your desk.
Press interview with Tom Cruise and Steven Spielberg to promote War of the World, Der Spiegel magazine. Mr. Cruise, we visited one of your locations near Los Angeles, and we were surprised to find the fully staffed tent of the Scientology organization right next to the food tent for journalists and extras.
What were you surprised about?
Why do you so extremely public with your personal convictions?
I believe in freedom of speech. I felt honored to have the volunteer Scientology ministers on set.
Still, the tent of a sect at someone's working place still seems somewhat unusual to us. Mr. Spielberg, did the tent strike you as unusual?
I saw them as purely informational tents. No one was compelled to frequent them, but they were there for anyone who had an open mind or was curious about someone else's belief system.
We live in a world where people are on drugs forever, where even children are drugged. You have no idea how many people want to know what Scientology is.
Are you trying to extend Scientology's influence in Hollywood?
I just want to help people.
No, I often get asked the same questions about my Shoah Foundation.
Mr. Spielberg, are you comparing the educational work of the Shoah Foundation and the Holocaust with what Scientology does?
No.
Tom's case, it's his church. And in my case, it's a foundation, which I use to educate people about the mortal dangers of pure hatred.
Okay, does that?
As you know, in Germany, Scientology is not considered a religion there, but rather an exploitative cult with totalitarian tendencies.
Whenever I go to Germany, I have incredible experiences.
German politicians have called for a boycott of your movies. Are you worried that your support for Scientology could hurt your career?
Here in the United States, Scientology is a religion. If a few politicians from your country disagree with that, I couldn't care less.
That sucks.
That sucks. Tom Cruise just made Steven Spielberg look like a fucking twat. DreamWorks and your boys over at Paramount, they're shaking in their boots over what this fuckrot's gonna say next.
Okay, well, we can curtail the normal press junkets and set up pre-selected interview sessions.
Wait a second. Did you see Access Hollywood?
No, but I'm watching it right now.
Hi, I'm Billy Bush, here with Hollywood's biggest star to talk about War of the Worlds.
No, but Billy, what you're saying with Brooke Shields, I mean, using Paxil, I mean, what? These are drugs, all right? These are dangerous drugs. She could have used vitamins. I have helped people fight drug addictions with vitamins. You can use vitamins to help a woman through these things. There.
Okay. The movie comes out July.
That's the last time I played squash with Billy Bush.
This Tom Cruise cocksucker cost me $10 million a year just to thumb his own asshole on my lot. Now he's draining my wallet with DVD profits. This is a butt-fucking calamity.
I can understand you're very upset.
No, you've never seen me very upset, Bradley boy. I'll rip open your asshole and climb inside with an oil lamp and burn the whole thing down!
Mr. Cruz fired his spokesperson and hired a new one, his sister, Leanne Duvett. She said she had not heard anything negative after the Oprah appearance.
We're talking about a genuinely very happy person here, okay? The reaction we've gotten is complete enthusiasm and exhilaration. Where's enthusiasm and exhilaration? Tom's a very happy person.
Ms. Duvett also said that she had not heard that plans for Mission Impossible 3 were under review.
Tom is training for the film stunts right now, okay? I know nothing about that. As far as I know, we're moving ahead.
On May 27th, Tom Cruise takes Katie Holmes to tour a Scientology-backed drug rehab center called Narconon Arrowhead in Oklahoma.
Wow, this program has a 75% success rate?
Absolutely.
Even though there have been no independent studies to back up these claims?
Absolutely.
Even though multiple people have died from this controversial treatment?
I know. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Help me! Help!
Scientology is a pretty wonderful thing.
My daughter is a Roman Catholic.
Martin Joseph Holmes.
She will not be converting to this controversial sect.
On June 13th, 2005, Katie Holmes converted to this controversial sect.
Sign here and here.
It's 1 billion years, right?
Oh, trust me, it goes by really fast.
Dad?
Katie, where are you? Are you calling me from a payphone? I don't like this one bit.
Dad, don't worry about me. This is good for me. I'm in love.
Is this about money? Okay, is it about your career? I mean, what? He's an old fella. He's short.
You sound just like all of them, Dad. Tom's amazing.
No, sweetie, I'm just really uncomfortable with all this.
We're going to Paris on a private jet.
Katie?
3 days later, Cruise proposes to Holmes at a restaurant on the Eiffel Tower's 2nd floor.
He got down on one knee and recited a 2-page poem that he had written.
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pops, shimmy, shimmy,
He presented me with a 5-carat white diamond ring with a yellow gold halo.
She says yes.
I said yes.
Will you marry me?
Yes!
What did she say?
She said yes.
Yes! The future of the church is secure.
On June 24th, just 8 days later,
Brad, are you watching Matt Lauer?
What channel?
Tom's on the Today Show, Brad. NBC, you fucking idiot.
As far as Brooke Shields thing is, look, you gotta understand. I really care about Brooke Shields. I think here's a wonderful and talented woman, and I want to see her do well. And I know that psychiatry it's pseudoscience.
But Tom, if she said that these particular things helped her feel better, whether it was an antidepressant or going to a counselor or a psychiatrist, isn't that enough?
Matt, you gotta understand this. Here we are today where I speak out against drugs and the psychiatric abuses of electric shocking people, okay, against their will, of drugging children with them not knowing the effects of those drugs. Do you know what Adderall is? Do you know Ritalin? Do you know now that Ritalin is a street drug? You understand that?
The difference is this wasn't against her will, but this wasn't against her will.
Matt, I'm asking you a question.
I understand that there are abuses of all of these things.
No, you see, here's the problem. You don't understand the history of psychiatry. I do.
Aren't there examples, and might not Brooke Shields be an example of someone who benefited from one of those drugs?
All it does is mask the problem, Matt. And if you understand the history of it, it masks the problem. There is no such thing as a chemical imbalance.
So, to you, postpartum depression is kind of a psychological good. Googling it.
No, I did not say that.
Well, I'm just asking, what would you call it then?
Postpartum is, see, now you're talking about two different things here.
That's what she went on the antidepressant for, Tom.
Yeah, but what happens, the antidepressants, it masks the problem. There are ways of, through vitamins and exercise and various things, and she doesn't understand the history of psychiatry. She doesn't understand it in the same way that you don't understand it, Matt.
Well, if an antidepressant worked for Brooke Shields, why isn't that okay?
I disagree with it. And I think there's a higher and better quality of life.
But isn't there the possibility that, do you examine the possibility that these things do work for some people? And maybe there are too many kids on Ritalin, and maybe electric shock is being used.
Too many kids on Ritalin.
No, I'm just saying, aren't there examples where it works?
Matt, you're glib. You don't even know what Ritalin is.
It's very impressive to listen to you speak because clearly you've done your homework and you know the subject well.
And you should, and you really should, man.
You still there, Brad? Been getting that tight little asshole of yours. Close enough for me, Brad. Because I got a big old oil lamp in my hand right now. Coming up! July 2005. Telegraph interview with Katie Holmes promote her new film, Batman Begins.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, now, you understand some of the cast, including Morgan Freeman, have expressed upset because you've been traveling, but you've kept yourself apart from the cast. Instead, you've taken up shop with Scientology minders that Tom Cruise has hired for you. Is this right?
It's a great movie, Batman Begins.
Yes, but, okay, I'm sorry. Who is this person here? What?
Oh, I'm Jessica Feshbach.
Yes, I've heard of you. You're her Scientology minder.
Oh, no, just best friend.
And how long have you two been friends?
Oh, I don't know, a while.
Oh, it's just that we've seen you by Katie's side for just 6 weeks now. That is, since right after Katie and Tom came public with the romance. Are you a high-level Scientologist, Jessica?
I don't see how that is pertinent.
Well, you've been with the church's Sea Org program for Scientology since 1994. Now, suddenly, you're an assistant to Tom Cruise in the capacity of attending to Katie Holmes on press interviews, personal matters. Are you being pressured?
With Tom, I'm learning to celebrate my own spirit, my own being. I love celebrating our happiness. I can't keep it in.
So all of this is what you call a honeymoon phase.
Tom and I will always be in our honeymoon phase.
Wow. Okay. Can we please talk about the widespread disbelief of this new union?
Same. And the truth is, we just don't read that stuff because it is just plain rude. Like that whole thing about a financial arrangement or whatever. I mean, have you ever been in love? You just want to share it with the world.
Yeah, but many couples, they prefer to share that feeling privately, especially in the delicate first few months. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie come to mind.
Right, but why can't they go public with it? You know what I mean? I mean, that is just a shame for them.
Right, Katie? Yeah, I mean, I'm just so happy.
Kate, how do you feel about Tom Cruise? Really?
You adore him.
I adore him.
Special delivery from Miss Katie
Oh,
Holmes.
my God. Katie, what is it? Open.
Tom has just had an expensive necklace delivered to me during this interview.
From his art career, what a guy, that Tom Cruise!
He's my man! He's my man!
This is your moment!
Okay, all right, on that note, we should probably just move to the photo shoot.
On that note, I love him.
October 1st, 2005, the couple, now dubbed Tomkat by the media, announced they are expecting their first child.
What? You're pregnant? And you're not married?
It happens.
Oh, this is a waking nightmare.
I know, Dad, I'm sorry, but Tom promises we'll have a wedding before the baby comes.
Oh yeah? What is Christ the King, the church, gonna say?
Tom Cruise and his sister/publicist Leah Nevette reportedly sent letters to parishioners of Katie's church asking that they please not speak with reporters.
You know, I'm thrilled for a grandchild, but I am concerned and upset.
Gossip magazines followed the narrative that Katie was being sucked into the Church of Scientology. Her father was quoted as thinking that Tom Cruise,
He's no good.
Hello, Joseph.
Hi, who is this?
Bert Fields, Los Angeles-based attorney for Mr. Cruz. I'm the one who famously made Michael Eisner nearly poop his pants in a courtroom full of Disney executives.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm the Toledo-based daddy of Katie Holmes. I also do injury law.
I understand that. I also understand that you have some issues with keeping your thoughts private. I implore you to do so, sir, on behalf of yourself. My client is very protective of his image and will not hesitate to seek litigation for defamation.
What?
You're an attorney yourself, aren't you, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Then be a good father to your daughter. She's in love. Keep your worries to yourself.
But he's a weirdo.
Look, I'm Andy Taylor here, okay? So what's that make you?
What?
If I'm Sheriff Taylor, Andy Griffith,
Yeah.
Mayberry RFD, the Andy Griffith Show. Do you know the program?
Yes, I'm familiar.
Okay. So let's say Tom and your daughter Katie represent the town of Mayberry. If I'm Sheriff Taylor, what's that make you?
I don't know. The mayor.
No, my boy. You are Barney Fife.
Barney Fife, he says. Keep your worries to yourself, he says. I'll tell you.
He's right, you know.
No, this whole Scientology business, the pregnancy, I mean, it's like Rosemary's Baby.
Come on, Joseph. They're in love.
Oh, in love, my club left foot. You see that thing in the paper? They think he's impregnated our daughter with the seed of L. Ron Hubbard. The guys down at the hardware store, they told me she's Tom Cruise's beard. Do you know what a beard is?
I don't care, Joseph.
A gay fella's lady or wife. That's a beard.
Katie is not his beard.
Well, you gotta admit, he's a little light in the loafers. He literally walks on his tippy toes.
Well, yeah, it's just because Katie's taller.
No, I don't. Why couldn't you have stayed with Josh Hartnett? I mean, that was a man. He's like a walking erection.
Stop being so antagonist. Talk to God.
Oh, you'd like me to pray? I'll pray right now. Dear Jesus, please don't let my daughter be the beard bride for a cold-loving Hollywood fag and give birth to the
December 1st, 2005, Tom Cruise purchases a sonogram machine to track the development of the baby. The FDA elicits a warning to him.
Mr. Cruz, the purchase of a sonogram machine for personal use violates the law.
What's this machine doing here?
We are interested only in the health of the baby, in the environment the baby's birthed in. It's got to be silent. A silent, quiet place.
March 2006, blog, then news reports surfaced that alleged that Viacom, the parent company to Paramount and Comedy Central, canceled the rebroadcast of a South Park episode called Trapped in the Closet due to threats from Tom Cruise to refuse to participate in Mission Impossible 3 publicity. The South Park episode featured gay jokes about Tom Cruise and jokes about Scientology at large.
He's what?
He's refusing to do any MI3 press unless we pull the South Park rerun.
Fuck him.
South Park fans struck back, threatening a boycott of Mission Impossible 3 until Comedy Central put that South Park rerun back on its schedule. Even British political blogger Andrew Sullivan encouraged a boycott of the film.
Make sure you don't go see Paramount's Mission Impossible 3, Cruise's upcoming movie. I know you weren't going to see it anyway, but now any money that you spend on this movie is a blow against freedom of speech. Boycott it. Tell your friends to boycott it.
Katie Holmes was in Tom Cruise's Beverly Hills compound, run entirely by Scientology staffers from December 2005 all the way to April 2006. On April 18th, 2006, Katie Holmes gives birth at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. In a twist that could only happen here in Hollywood, Brooke Shields gave birth to her own baby girl just down the hall from Katie the very same day.
David.
Mission Impossible 3 was released on May 5th, 2006. It was a wide commercial and critical success, but even still, many in the industry attributed box office shortcomings to Tom Cruise's recent batshit behavior. Paramount Pictures ended its 14-year relationship with the actor.
As much as we like him personally, we thought it wrong to renew his deal. His recent conduct has been unacceptable to Paramount.
A statement from Cruise Wagner partner, Paula Wagner.
We are setting up our own independent operation backed by 2 unnamed hedge funds. It should be known, Cruise has made Paramount vast sums of money. He has starred in over 27 films, producing an average box office gross of $99.9 million. His total gross of movies in 2006 thus far is $2.6 billion. Only one other actor has done better than that, and that's...
Hi, I'm Tom Hanks.
I fired Tom Cruise. His behavior was terrible. He was jumping on the couch on the Oprah show. Women hated him. You know, a lot of people said they would never, ever come back and see Tom Cruise.
Months passed where the public had not seen Surrey. Rumors began to spread that she was the child of L. Ron Hubbard's frozen sperm, or that Tom and Katie were still looking to adopt a child to pose as their own. But finally, in October, Surrey appears on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine. The headline reads,
Yes, sirree, she's our baby.
get it? On November 18, 2006, Tom Cruise marries Katie Holmes in a lavish affair at a 15th century castle in Italy.
Holmes wore a Giorgio Armani gown featuring an ivory silk train adorned with lace and Swarovski beaded crystals. Cruise wore a blue tuxedo, also Armani. The 150 guests included many of Tom's Scientology and celebrity friends.
Maureen Orth, special correspondent to Vanity Fair.
Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, David and Victoria Beckham, Brooke Shields, Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony, Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy, John Travolta and Kelly Preston, and Kirstie Alley.
But Oprah was not invited.
It wasn't that I was not invited, it was that they could only invite a certain amount of people, and I was one more than they could invite.
Is this going to be a Catholic ceremony?
Dad, no, it's Scientology only.
We're in Italy, damn it! Birthplace of Catholicism! The Vatican's right down the street!
Tom hired Andrea Bocelli to sing Ave Maria. Isn't that enough? This is my wedding day.
Their Scientology wedding ceremony lasted only 15 minutes. David Miscavige officiated.
Katie, have you acknowledged Tom's love?
Yes.
Can you confront and grant forgiveness for shortcomings, as well as you can give praise for all of his many, many, many sterling qualities?
Yes.
The acceptance of an honor is an obligation of comparable magnitude, whose permanency upon its future time track is infinite. Man employs these symbols to impress upon the mind and present time as a reality throughout your future years.
What is this shit? Oh, please, man. It's like a freaking Star Trek episode.
Best man, will you please present the rings? Oh yeah, I'm also the best man. I now pronounce you husband and wife in the name of the Church of Scientology. I will ask that you seal the ceremony with your lips.
Reports say that their kiss lasted nearly 3 minutes, and their guests were finally prompted to shout.
Keep going.
The couple slipped off at 5 a.m. for their romantic honeymoon in the Maldives, far away in the Indian Ocean.
Baby Surrey joined them.
So did David, Miss Carey.
Not weird at all.